My fiancée whispered to her sister, "I'm only marrying him for the green card. Then I'm out." She didn't know I'm an immigration lawyer. The IC agent at our wedding was my college roommate. Original post. 35 male, thought I'd found everything in Natalia, 27. Beautiful, charming, with this amazing accent that made even grocery lists sound romantic. We met at a bar trivia night 18 months ago. She was here on a student visa from Eastern Europe, finishing her MBA. Smart, ambitious, everything I wanted in a partner. We got engaged 6 months ago. Quick, maybe, but when you know, or so I thought. Last Saturday was supposed to be our final wedding planning session at her apartment. I arrived early while she was in shower. Her sister Katia, 24F, was visiting from out of state, helping with preparations. I was about to knock when I heard them talking through the cracked bedroom door, in their native language. Now, here's something Natalia didn't know about me. I never mentioned that I spent 2 years working at an immigration firm in a neighborhood where her language was common. Picked up enough to handle basic client interviews. Never told her because, honestly, it never came up. She always spoke English around me. What I heard made my blood freeze. Natalia, just 6 more days of pretending. After I get the green card, I'll stick around maybe a year to make it look real, then divorce him. Katia laughed. Poor guy's no idea? None. He's so trusting. Keeps talking about kids, buying a house. Meanwhile, Victor is waiting back home. Once I get citizenship, I'll bring him over and we'll finally be together. What about all the money this guy spent? His problem. Americans are rich anyway. He'll find another naive girl to marry. I stood there, hand raised to knock, feeling like someone had punched me in the gut. The $40,000 I'd spent on the wedding. The ring that cost 3 months' salary. The apartment I'd been secretly shopping for as a surprise. All for a green card, with some dude named Victor waiting in the wings. I backed away silently, went to my car, and sat there for 20 minutes. Then I made a decision. I knocked on the door with my best fake smile. Hey babe, ready to finalize the seating chart? She came out, hair still damp, and kissed me. Of course, my love. So excited for our big day. The act was flawless. If I hadn't heard her confession, I'd have believed every word. We spent 3 hours going over wedding details. I agreed to everything she wanted, even upgraded the flowers to the expensive package she'd been eyeing. Why not? This show needed to be perfect. That night, I made some calls. Update 1, 3 days before the wedding. The prep work was intense, but necessary. First call was to my buddy Marcus Rodriguez, not his real name for privacy. We'd been roommates in law school, and he now works for ICE as a deportation officer. Told him everything. Marriage fraud? Bro, that's a federal crime. You sure about this? Dead sure. I heard her admit it. You recorded it? No, but I have something better. A plan. See, what Natalia didn't know is that I specialize in immigration law. My firm handles hundreds of green card applications yearly. I know exactly what ICE looks for in fraud cases. I started documenting everything. Bank statements showing I paid for literally everything. Text messages where she was always too busy to meet my family. The fact she'd never once invited me to meet her friends from her community. 0 photos of us at her apartment. I noticed but thought she was just private. Her social media, still active in her language, where I was never mentioned. But the real kicker came when I did some digging. Found Victor's social media. They were still together. Photos from 2 months ago when she claimed to be at a girls' weekend. She was with him, in Vegas, getting matching tattoos. I screenshot everything. Marcus ran her name through the system, legally, as part of a routine check. Turns out she'd been flagged before. A previous engagement to another American that mysteriously ended right before the wedding 3 years ago. The guy never reported it, but the pattern was there. This is organized fraud, Marcus said. She's done this before. Can you make the wedding? Wouldn't miss it for the world. Meanwhile, Natalia was in full bridezilla mode. Her demands were escalating. Baby, we need to transfer the honeymoon tickets to my name. For safekeeping. The apartment lease should have both our names. It was my rent control place. Maybe you should add me to your bank account now? For after the wedding. I agreed to everything verbally. Did nothing actually. Her family started arriving. Mom, dad, aunts, cousins, all staying at hotels I was supposedly paying for. I'd given Natalia cash for the deposits. Wonder where that money actually went. The entitlement was staggering. Her mom, Elena, actually said to me, after wedding, you help bring rest of family here, yes? Is American duty to help family. Of course, Elena. Family is everything. She patted my cheek. Good boy. Natalia chose well. Yeah, she chose well, all right. Update 2, wedding day. The venue was beautiful. Oceanside ceremony, 150 guests, the works. Natalia looked stunning in her $8,000 dress. Her family took up the entire left side. My family was confused why none of her American friends were there, but I told them they were running late. As she walked down the aisle, she whispered to Katia in their language, almost done with this circus. The officiant, my actual friend who was in on it, began the ceremony. Everything proceeded normally until we got to the vows. Before we continue, I said, turning to face the crowd, I have something to share. Natalia's smile flickered. Baby, what are you doing? I pulled out my phone and connected it to the venue's speaker system, prearranged with the AV guy. I want everyone to hear why we're really here today. Then I played the audio. Oh yeah, I'd gone back and recorded them. Legal in my state with single-party consent. The recording played crystal clear. Just 6 more days of pretending. After I get the green card, I'll stick around maybe a year to make it look real, then divorce him. The room went dead silent. Natalia's face went white. That's not. You recorded me? Actually, you recorded yourself. Your laptop was on with video running for your wedding preparation vlog. You should really check when you're screen recording. She hadn't been recording anything, but she was too panicked to think straight. Her father started yelling in their language. Her mother was crying. Katia tried to grab my phone. This is illegal. You can't do this. Actually, Marcus said, standing up from the 3rd row, immigration fraud is illegal. ICE, everybody please remain seated. He showed his badge. 2 other agents stood up in the crowd. The chaos was instant. Natalia tried to run in her wedding dress. Her cousin attempted to block Marcus. Her mom fainted or pretended to. You bastard. Natalia screamed. You ruined everything. No, you ruined everything when you decided to commit fraud. Victor sends his regards, by the way. Her face went even paler. You know about everything. The Vegas trip, the matching tattoos, your previous engagement scam. Everything. Marcus stepped forward. Ms. Petrov, you're under investigation for immigration fraud. Your student visa is revoked effective. Immediately. You have 30 days to leave the country voluntarily or face deportation and a permanent ban. This is entrapment. Katia shrieked. No, I said calmly. Entrapment would be if I convinced her to commit fraud. She planned this before she met me. I'm just the idiot who figured it out. Update 3, the aftermath. The venue cleared out fast. Natalia's family scrambled to leave, half of them probably worried about their own immigration status. But the entitlement didn't stop. Oh no, it escalated. That night, Natalia showed up at my apartment with her parents and 3 cousins. Pounding on the door at 2 a.m. Open this door. US. I called the cops. When they arrived, Elena actually told them I had stolen money from them. He promised to pay for wedding. For hotels. We are visitors to America, and he robbed us. The officer looked at me. I showed him the receipts. I paid for the venue, the flowers, the catering, all non-refundable. They're welcome to enjoy the reception without me. As for hotels, I gave Natalia $5,000 in cash for deposits. Ask her where it went. Natalia couldn't answer, because that money was probably already in Victor's account. The cops made them leave, but not before her cousin Dmitri threatened me. You don't know who you mess with. We have connections. So do I. In the federal government. Want to test them? They left. Next morning, a lawyer called. Some ambulance chaser Natalia found. My client demands compensation for emotional distress and defamation. $100,000 or we sue. I laughed. Your client committed immigration fraud. On tape. In front of federal agents. Counteroffer. She leaves the country quietly, and I don't press additional charges for theft by deception. What theft? The $5,000 cash for hotels that never got booked. The wedding gift from my family, she's already sold. The engagement ring she's refusing to return. Should I continue? He hung up. But the best part was the family group chat that Katia accidentally included me in while trying to coordinate their response. The messages were gold. Elena, we find new American for Natalia. Richer, dumber. Uncle Pavel, this one seemed dumb enough. How did he know? Natalia, doesn't matter. Victor says we try Canada instead. Cousin Dmitri, I still say we beat him up. Katia, with what army? He has IC on speed dial. Natalia, I'm keeping the ring. It's mine. Elena, good. At least something from this disaster. I screenshot everything before they realized and removed me. Update 4, 2 weeks later. The escalation was predictable, but still exhausting. First, Natalia tried the sympathy route. Showed up at my office with tears and a sob story. Please, I love you. Victor means nothing. I was confused. You're throwing away true love. Security escorted her out, but not before she screamed, "You'll die alone. No woman will want a man who does this." Then came the smear campaign. She went on social media claiming I was abusive, that I'd threatened her family, that the whole wedding was a setup to humiliate her. Some people bought it, until I posted the receipts. All of them. The wedding costs, the text where she called me walking ATM in her language. Google Translate is amazing. The screenshots of her and Victor's matching tattoos dated during our engagement. Her narrative crumbled. Her family tried one more Hail Mary. Elena called my mother. Your son destroyed my daughter's life. He's a monster, a racist who hates immigrants. My mom, bless her, responded, Lady, I'm an immigrant. From Poland. Came here legally, worked my ass off, and raised my son to respect the law. Your daughter is a con artist. Don't call here again. Elena called her some choice words in their language. Mom responded in Polish. Apparently, certain insults are universal. Then the investigation got interesting. Marcus called with an update. We found 2 more victims. Guys she got engaged to then dumped right before the wedding. Combined, she scammed them for about $80,000. They're pressing charges. So she's definitely getting deported? Oh yeah, and banned for life. But here's the kicker. Victor, he's already married. To someone else. Has been for 2 years. I actually felt bad for her for about 3 seconds. Then I remembered the $40,000 I'd lost on the wedding. Update 5, 1 month later. Natalia's 30 days were almost up. The entitlement reached astronomical levels. She actually sued me for breach of promise to marry. Her lawyer argued that I'd intentionally humiliated her and caused financial damage. My lawyer, a friend who took the case for free just for the entertainment value, responded with a countersuit for fraud. We had the recording of her admitting the scam, evidence of her relationship with Victor during our engagement, testimony from her 2 previous victims, the family group chat messages discussing finding another dumb American, bank records showing she'd sent $30,000 to Victor over our relationship while I paid for everything. The judge didn't just dismiss her case. He referred it to the DA for criminal prosecution. But the courtroom drama was incredible. Natalia, dressed like she was going to a funeral, actually told the judge, "In my country, this is normal. American men want beautiful wives. We want opportunity. Is fair trade." The judge, "Ma'am, that's literally the definition of marriage fraud. But I would have stayed married. Maybe. You're on tape saying you wouldn't. Tape is fake. He's lawyer. He knows tricks." I provided the metadata proving the recording was real. Her mother stood up in court. "This man seduced my innocent daughter. He should pay." The judge, "Ma'am, sit down or I'll hold you in contempt. This is American justice? Protecting rich men over poor immigrants. Your daughter isn't poor. She sent $30,000 overseas while claiming she couldn't afford groceries." The courtroom went quiet. Then Katia made it worse. "That money was for our sick grandmother." My lawyer, "Would you like to explain why your sick grandmother posted photos from her Mediterranean cruise last week?" Game over. The judge ruled in my favor. Natalia owed me $40,000 for the wedding costs plus legal fees. Not that I'd ever see a penny, but the principle mattered. Final update. Deportation day came fast. Marcus let me know when it was happening. I didn't go to watch, but I heard about it from him. Natalia made a scene at the airport. Claimed she was pregnant. She wasn't. Then claimed she was sick. She wasn't. Then claimed political persecution. Nope. Finally, she just cursed everyone out in 2 languages while her family filmed it for some kind of social media martyrdom. The last message she managed to send me was, "You destroyed my life. Victor left me because of you. I have nothing. I hope you're happy." I responded, "I am, actually. Thanks for the education on trust." She sent back a string of emojis that I think were supposed to be threatening. Then nothing. She was in the air. But here's the actual final kicker. Remember those 2 guys she'd scammed before? We formed a support group. Well, more like a group chat called Natalia Survivors. We compared notes and realized she'd used the exact same playbook each time. Meet guy at a casual event. Love bomb for 6 months. Get engaged quickly. Create false emergency needing money. Plan elaborate wedding. Either disappear with deposits or try for green card. When caught, claim abuse. One of the guys, Richard, actually thanked me. "You're the only one who fought back. You saved other guys from this." The other guy, Kenneth, was just bitter. "I still can't believe I fell for it." She seemed so genuine. "They always do," I told him. "That's why it works." My family was disappointed but supportive. Dad said, "Better to lose $40,000 than spend your life with a liar." Mom was more direct. "Next time, maybe date someone who actually likes you, not your passport." Fair point, Mom. As for me, I'm in therapy, not because I'm devastated, but because I need to understand how I miss the signs. My therapist says it's actually common. When someone's playing a role perfectly, especially when you want to believe them, you'll ignore inconsistencies. The money's gone. Can't get blood from a stone, especially one that's been deported. But I've started a blog about immigration fraud. It's actually getting traction. Might turn it into a book. How I married a scammer and lived to tell about it, or something. Had a weird postscript last week. Got a DM from someone claiming to be Victor's actual wife. She thanked me for exposing Natalia and confirmed that Victor had been stringing along multiple women, promising to bring them to whatever country he could con his way into. She's divorcing him. The scammer got scammed by a scammer. There's poetry in that. Looking back, the red flags were everywhere. Never wanted to video call with her family because of time zones. Always had excuses for why her friends couldn't meet me. Insisted on handling all the wedding vendor communications herself. Got defensive whenever I tried to learn her language. Never wanted to discuss long-term plans beyond after the wedding. But the biggest red flag? She never once asked about my work. An immigration lawyer's fiancé who shows zero interest in immigration law should have been obvious. To anyone reading this, trust your gut. If something feels off, investigate. And if you hear someone admitting to using you through a door, believe them the first time. Oh, and always check if your state allows single-party consent recording. You never know when you'll need it. Elena still sends me threatening messages through fake accounts sometimes. "You ruined our family." And Natalia cries every day, and my personal favorite, "No American woman will marry you now." Joke's on her. Started dating someone new last month. She's from Ohio, born and raised. Shows me her driver's license on every date as a running joke. "Just checking you're not here for a green card." I tell her, "Please," she laughs. "I'm here for your Netflix password." At least she's honest. P.S. to Natalia, if you're reading this from wherever you are, Victor was never going to leave his wife for you. You got played worse than you played me. The difference is I kept my citizenship. P.P.S. The wedding venue refused to refund anything, but did let me donate the reception to a local homeless shelter. They had a fancy dinner that night. Someone enjoyed those $200 per plate meals. Silver lining, I guess.